Hit and record. Let's see if we can balance this appropriately. All right, we are here with Riquna Williams following practice on Friday afternoon. Bay, let's start with when you guys go small, which you did the other day. What are your marching orders kind of from Becky, both offensively and defensively?
Exploit the mismatches, stay aggressive, don't allow the ball to stick, and just allow the ball to make plays.
You were injured earlier in the season, missed about half the year. As you've worked yourself back into shape, talking defensively, what has sort of been your progression throughout the year, and how do you feel you are now in terms of being healthy and ready and raring to go?
For me, it was all mental. Definitely now that my foot, literally no pain at all. Rarely get treatment on it now, just ice and keep going. But defensively, I know that we need somebody to be that dog and to do the little things and do the dirty work. So it'll always be me. Like, let Asia, Chelsea, KP do what they need to do, and I'll take the toughest challenge. That way we save more of them, they give more on the opposite side.
This one's a little bit more technical. Try not to give away too many of our secrets. But when you're defending ball screens, we toggle between switching early, fighting over screens, peel switching, fighting over, staying attached. If you're able to get into it a little bit, what goes into the decision-making, generally speaking, on what you do in each of those situations?
The more aggressive I am on the ball, we can keep whatever post attached. So for me, it's get through the screen the best you can. If I get smacked completely, then we go into rotation. But outside of that, it's full-out effort.
Games 1 and 2, contrary to what a lot of people probably thought, have been defensive struggles.
Right.
So what are your takeaways from game 1 to 2, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, that both teams have been playing, and how do you think that relates into what you guys are going to try and do tomorrow?
It's playoff basketball. It's tough. It's not so much about offense. It's going to be the defense that win games and communication.
When you're not playing basketball, what do you do to unwind, even during the playoffs?
I do crafting, make hats. I brought my video game, so to detox a little. Last long road trip, I actually didn't bring it. I struggled a little, so I'm actually getting back to. I brought my little heat pressing machine as well, so getting back to the things that help me get ready for the games.
Looking back a couple of years, who was the vet who, when you got into the WNBA, kind of helped guide you, who you kind of looked up to? And then what have you been able to do to pass that along to the younger generation now?
I had so many vets, so many great vets. Ivory Ladder, Tamika Johnson, later in LA, Lena Beard, CP. It's about taking care of the body and listening to the body. Take care of your mental and listen to your body and do what feels right.
One last one about the defense. What were some of the things that worked well in those first 2 games for you guys defensively?
Be physical. Be physical. Wear them out, tire them down, and also force them to defend.
All right, this one I think was for Asia, but I'm going to ask you it as well because I think it's an interesting thing to note. The NBA really took off when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson had a bunch of epic NBA Finals matchups. And I guess Ryan and Rebecca were talking on the broadcast how this feels a little bit like that with Asia and Stewie. While you're playing in it, you may not think of this, but the sort of the historic nature potentially of this matchup and how these two might play each other quite a bit during the postseason. Do you think about that at all? And sort of what is it being on the court and sort of watching that matchup unfold?
Well, it's happening on the court. You don't really see it because you're so locked in, but I was watching the game back yesterday, and I was like, holy shit, they back and forth. And what I love is they're defending each other. Like, they're not hiding from one another. They're going at each other, and they're giving each other their best for themselves and the team. It's pretty cool to see when you go back and look at it, but it sucks when Stewie's giving us 30, but it's on the counter of that, we got 8 doing the same thing.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Bay. We will see you tomorrow at practice.
Yes, sir. Thanks again.
And here's an awkward transition because I've only got one hand, so trying to hit the